Welcome everyone. My name is Hardik from LearnWeb3. Today we are joined by Abril, the developer relations engineer at Morph, who's building an Ethereum L2. It's been a while since we've had one of these workshops. I'm super excited to get this going again. I won't take up much of her time, Abril. Let's get started. I'll hand it over to you.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. So, my name is Abril. I'm developer relations engineer at Morph. And today we're going to touch base on a very high overview on Morph because next Friday we're going to have a more deep technical workshop on the architecture and how to deploy your first smart contract with Morph. So, today I want to just give a quick introduction what we are offering for developers because we are in testnet. We are going to give a lot of incentives for our early builders in our mainnet. So yeah, let's just get started. So basically, what is Morph? We are an Ethereum layer 2 scaling solution that harnessing the power of an optimistic zkEVM, and our main vision is redefine the blockchain landscape with a clear focus on the consumer. So I will say we're really focusing on bringing consumer applications to our chain right now. We are prioritizing the needs and experiences of users, ensuring that our platform is intuitive, efficient, and beneficial for everyday use. And we also want to build a community that basically we can trust and we can be transparent. We want to really incentivize the ecosystem in every way, like whether it's like expander network, grants, everything that is helpful for their ecosystem. We are focusing on that. So we are ensuring that Morph evolves in alignment with the needs and aspirations of our main users. Why Morph? We have basically $20 million we've raised from our lead investor, Dragonfly, and other angels, such as Foresight Ventures, Pantera, and many other investors. So we just raised seed round past month. We are in testnet B2 right now. We just made a whole new rebranding that we launched actually yesterday. That's why this design that you guys are seeing is the old design. I haven't had time to just like make a new slides for the new design, but we have a really cool rebranding, so feel free to check it out. So I will say we are pretty different from other L2s because we are the first L2 that integrates decentralized sequencers. So basically, the centralized sequencers is responsible for both consensus and execution of smart contract operations. And basically, the sequencer network orchestrates and processes and I would say achieves consensus on layer 2 transactions. And then we have the optimistic zkEVM. So we use optimistic rollups and zk rollups, which are responsible for data verification. And it utilizes a hybrid approach, blending basically optimistic and zk rollups, as I said, which means layer 2 states are finalized by a shorter challenge period. Usually takes 7 days, and with us, because of this integration, can take 2 or 3 days. So it's definitely way shorter. And it's proved by a CK proof. And then we have our rollup contract and breach, which is responsible for day A through a rollup process, and our batch submitter, which basically compiles blocks proposed by sequencers, and they submit them as a transactions on the main chain, which is Ethereum. I'm going to explain all of this way deeper this Friday in our next workshop, which is really interesting because I will go through our diagram and explain how everything worked together. Because I will say we use responsibility proofs instead of fraud proofs or valid proofs. So it's a pretty solid tech stack, and that makes us different from other L2s. We also partner with a lot of different protocols, like for Bridge, I would say Layer 0, which is very well known, Orbiter Finance, Polyhedra, for Data Indexer, the Graph, for RPC Quick Note, and for Oracle, Switchboard, and Peth. But we are going to have way more integrations coming soon. We are going to partner with infrastructure that is going to make it easier for developers to build on our chain. So if you want, like as I said, we really support our ecosystem. So we listen to builders. If they want to use some infrastructure specifically, we are going to listen and try to integrate them in our chain soon. And then we have this also is something that I love because, we are not only focusing on the shilling like airdrop or whatever, we're really focusing on support our builders. So we made a lot of ecosystem incentives. For example, we partner with BitGet. They are our investors as well, and they have 30 million crypto users, and we can make partnerships if you're building on Morph with them, and we can list your token in BitGet wallet and Trust Wallet. We have our Morph Venture Studio, which basically we can support you from like hackathons to like post listing on top tier decentralized exchanges or centralized exchanges. We provide incubation, exposure, and basically fundraising and continuous market presence. We have around 100 million ecosystems fund to support long-term builders. So that's really exciting. And then, as I said before, we are focusing on consumer, but we are not just restricted to consumer applications. We are looking for social fi, entertainment, loyalty point systems, but also I'm very excited about decentralized AI. I know it's like a very early ecosystem. There's not too many people building on that, but I will say there's a lot of opportunities there, and we are trying to build towards that to bring more AI engineers, and like it can be decentralized computing power, decentralized models, decentralized AI agents, data stores, AI games. There's so many things. Like we just had a current hackathon. Like last week, I think we just finalized our hackathon, 4-week hackathon, and a lot of people were building on AI, which is really interesting. So we're trying to build towards that as well. And also we want infrastructure tools, developer tools, DeFi protocols, some DApp that can surprise us in terms of innovation. So yeah, I would say that's our ecosystem mapping. It's kind of difficult to just focus on consumer because there's so many different things going on in the ecosystem. But yeah, super exciting about what people are already building and the projects that we are bringing on. Then I will say for developers, this is actually a really good deal because we have, as well as ecosystem incentives, we have developer incentives. So the first year, if you're building on Morph, we have 100% sequencer fee profits. So we pay you quarterly. So the first year building with us, you don't have to pay the fee. And we have up to 100K financial support plus a share of 30% of total airdrop allocations for our builders. And as I mentioned before, we have market and resources support, such as community exposure, wallet collaboration, connections with our main investors. So it's pretty exciting to just come to build with us. Yesterday, we just released our new rebranding, as I said, but also we moved from Sepolia to Holesky Testnet. And our roadmap is pretty clear. Now this week is super exciting because we just released Holesky Testnet. So it's our V2. We just integrate bluffs, then could upgrade, and also zkEVM upgrade. So we were just using optimistic rollups. Now we're trying to integrate both of them. And we will release mainnet in July, hopefully. We will have more staking, which I'm going to go through this next Friday on how the contract will work and everything, and the AI ecosystem support. And then by the end of the year, we're going to integrate account abstraction and layer 3 support. We are now doing integrations with some partners on account abstraction, so we are not going to have it native so far. But yeah, hopefully by July, we're going to integrate a lot of builders, and we are hosting a lot of hackathons in the next few months, hacker houses in the upcoming events, main events, such as ITCC, Singapore, DevCon. So yeah, I'm always open to talk to builders about what they're building and helping them to build up resources. So yeah, basically this is Morph. And as I said, next Friday, we're gonna go through deploy your first smart contract. I would love to know if you guys prefer me to show Foundry or Hard Hat because we have both options. So if you guys prefer going through Foundry, I can do it with Foundry, or Hard Hat is the same for me. But yeah, it's gonna be super exciting for me to talk about our deep architecture, since I explained a very high level what we're doing. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Conflicting opinions about Hard Hat and Foundry.
Okay, yes, I'm seeing the comments right now. I prefer Hard Hat. Foundry will be great. Foundry for testing. Okay. Maybe we can do both. I don't know. I'm open for it. Does this mean commitment will be live prior to this? Yes. So we will launch mainnet in July, and our token will come afterwards. So I would say by later the year, the more staking uh, is gonna be with the token. So you have an idea board from our URL. Idea board. Does that mean that you're looking for ideas on projects that you can build on Morph? Because if so, I have one for decentralized AI that can be really interesting. And for other, I would say join our hackathons, because when builders are joining our hackathons, they can directly join our incubation program. If they are winners of, if they're building something interesting, you can directly go through our incubation programs. So we'll have a lot of online hackathons going on the next few weeks. Where are the hackathons list? Actually, that's a good idea, because I think you should check it out. Our blog. We are gonna, once we host more online hackathons, or in person hackathons, we are gonna post it on our blog or Twitter account. Right now, I think we're trying to focus more in hacker houses. I think that is more worth it for us, but nothing confirmed yet. But as I said, we are gonna go to ETCC, so we'll have a hacker house there. So if you guys are going, hopefully we can do it also online to for the people who can attend. Will there any hackathon for Asia region? Yes, we're actually focusing on Asia. DevCon, we are gonna go to DevCon, so we are gonna have a hacker house there, and we just had a Hong Kong hackathon as well. Are there any Galaxy campaigns? Yes, we actually had Galaxy campaigns. I need to reach out to the marketing team about it. But yeah, there's community events. We also want more ambassadors in our community. So we are trying to look for right now Japanese ambassadors, like Asians, Koreans, Spanish. So you can also check it out or text me in Twitter to just join our ambassador program. We'll love that as well. Is the sequencer using a technology espresso? Our sequencer is native. Basically, we are having like 7 sequencers running on testnet right now, all from us. We basically use a sequencer set, and this is a group of participants who have a special job, which is basically producing confirmed block of transactions. And to join this group, participant needs to put down some ETH as a kind of like promise, I will say, and this is done through a staking contract. So they go through an election to become a sequencer, and it's basically a way to make sure that only serious and committed participants get to do the job. And once they're part of the sequencer set, their main task is to take transactions that haven't been confirmed yet and put them into blocks. And basically, they work together to check and agree that everything in those blocks is correct. And we use a method called tender mint consensus for this agreement. So that's like a little bit of our how the sequencer set works. Staking will be also available in Q3. I think this is actually in Q4, because we are gonna launch mainnet in at the end of July. So why is there the old logo in the background? Because we just released yesterday the new design, and we haven't done slides yet. So yeah, it's pretty new. Also, yesterday was my birthday, so I was off during the rebranding. So, is any test notes available or need to run? Yes, you can check it out. Our docs. So I will share here in the chat the docs. Actually, will we have the 0 to contract more for Lesky, please? Yes, yes. I had a past workshop on how to deploy in Sepolia, so now I want to do this one for Holesky. And yes, I think I will do it in hard hat just because the majority of people voted for hard hat. But I will share also the repository that we have with the contract example for you guys to deploy and check it out, the breaching. And if you guys want to reach out to me after this workshop to just figure out what you can build, I would love to. I would love to talk to you guys. We have a builders group in Morph, and we really want long-term builders in our chain. We really got a good DevRel team as well, and we are planning on doing a Morph Academy, which is it's going to be interesting because we have a really diverse team. So I will do the courses in Spanish. We have our English speaker, we have our Chinese speaker, and it's going to be really good. So that's our main plan for upcoming months as well. Thank you, y'all, for joining to me today. I really appreciate that. And if you have any, anything that you want to know or you want me to go through next workshop, as I said, we are going to go to the staking contract, roll-up contract, decentralized sequencer. So I think it will be really clear, the architecture. But if you have something that you want to know deeply, just let me know in my Twitter. I think it's like in this side, my handle. Let me know, and I will just prepare it. As I said, I will do hard hat work, hard hat for deployment. But happy to any suggestions. Thank you, everybody.